So my history with this movie goes all the way back to 2019. No, it's called Chick Fight. No, not Chick-fil-A, although that does sound delicious. I've put it off. I've owned it for over 3-4 months now, and I'm finally going to review it as I watched it last night in a stupor at midnight, inebriated. So here's my review of Chick Fight. Monkeys, roll the footage.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Literally, there is not much else to say about the plot of the movie Chick Fight other than the description on Box Office Mojo was spot on. When Anna Wincombe is introduced to an underground, all-female fight club in order to turn the mess of her life around, she discovers she is much more personally connected to the history of the club than she could ever imagine. Yeah, and what it doesn't tell you is, spoiler alert, it's because the fucking fight club was started by her mom.
Well,
okay, that's the big reveal here. I'm not going to wait. This is not going to be one of my in-depth reviews where I plot out every scene and, because this movie really sucked. And I say this as somebody who voluntarily watches Batwoman on a weekly basis. So the movie starts and centers around Anna, our titular character, no pun intended, and her best friend Charlene, who is inexplicably a police officer who we only see on duty one time, and I have no fucking clue how the hell she's a police officer, but she's our body positivity diversity character for all intents and purposes in this movie. Now also the cast, we have Kevin Nash playing Ed, Malin Ackerman or Anna's gay dad. He's pretty much a non-factor in this whole thing. We only see him featured in a couple scenes. Not much screen time for Kevin Nash in this, nor did I really want to see him in the little bike shorts he was wearing. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
So long, gay boys!
So Anna falls on hard times. Her life is a hot mess. She loses her coffee shop. It burns down while her and body positivity diverse character are getting high and drunk in her shop. She says she took the weed from the evidence room. I'm speaking of her friend Charlene or Charisse or whatever her name is. I don't at this point. It's Dulcie Sloan is the actress's name, but body positivity diverse character in her smoking a joint, drinking her moonshine. The joint falls out of the ashtray onto the floor where Anna had spit out some of the moonshine, and then boom, the shop burns down. The next morning the firefighters come and he's like, oh, you're about to get a big payout, and she's like, I don't have insurance. He's like, huh. And then her shop is gone. Oh no, what will she do? So it's at this point of the movie that Lizzo decides to take Anna to the secret underground female fight club that was started by Anna's mother unbeknownst to Anna. So she goes to the fight club, and as Lizzo is walking her around the club, body positivity diverse female character is walking her around the club. She's kind of laying the ground rules to her, and it's so stupid and cringy at this point that I was having trouble even at my level of inebriation when I watched this movie. So they're watching around. She tells her, oh, stay off Olivia's radar. Olivia, of course, is played by none other than Bella Thorne, the bane in the existence of OnlyFans, which is going away from a porn model pretty soon. So ha 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 ha. Back to the review. So body positivity diverse female character Charlene introduces Anna to another body positivity diverse female character named Bear, and she's just a big old heifer, ginger, and she's the referee and kind of runs the day-to-day with body positivity diverse female character, who is also, cue it up ladies and gentlemen, here it is,
Last bombs!
So Anna steps into the fight club for the first time, and the rule is once you're there, you have to fight, or else you can leave and never come back. So she gets goaded into a fight, and of course gets her ass handed to her the first time by way of a little climbing the cage Jackie Chan flying figure 4 head scissors by this tiny little thing who I'm sure is probably one hell of a stunt woman. Fight sequences, which were very dizzying at times. There's this sequence where you go through a montage of knockouts, and of course every woman that's not a member of the main plot who happens to be a white girl is getting her ass beat by a diverse female character, which is funny. It just happens to be one of the little subtle jabs they throw in. It's just a shitty movie. So she gets knocked out, and that's where she meets Dr. Roy, played by Kevin Conley, who is just basically a simp for her this whole movie. Simp! She goes on to meet the next day a trainer at a bar who she's introduced to by body positivity diverse female character Charlene. It's played by Alec Baldwin, who basically plays a drunk human trash bag, so he's pretty much playing himself under a different name. So they go through their training, and he teaches her how to be a fighter because he trained Sugar Ray. Later in the movie, we find out it wasn't Sugar Ray Leonard, it was Sugar Ray the band. He trained them for their 99 summer tour. So after some ballyhoo, Alec Baldwin decides to train her. I think she got knocked the fuck out again. Basically a crane kick to the face. Part of his training for her is just for Malin Ackerman to get punched in the face. And it's kind of ridiculously fucking stupid because his bartender is very athletic looking. Her name's Chloe, this French chick. So she's just punching Malin Ackerman in the head. Malin Ackerman is wearing headgear. But then the next time they do it, Malin Ackerman just takes every punch he has until the girl tires herself out and falls on the ground. She says, "You done?" It's like, wow, you got tough. And the whole montage is just cringe. It's so bad. Malin Ackerman did get into decent shape for this, so I'll give her that. Although I don't think she did any of the fights herself. Same with Bella Thorne. Bella Thorne looked hot in this. She plays Olivia, the bad bitch of the club. She's got her 2-girl posse with her. And you get these stupid little interactions with these two. And, you know, it's a game of one-upsmanship. When a fighter wins a fight, they put $1 on the wall in the club. And it boils down to, you get Malin Ackerman, who wins some fights. Body positivity, diverse female character knocks out her redneck adversary, who she arrested her son for selling meth or some shit. I don't know. And then you get Bear knocking somebody out. Olivia beats 3 fighters at once in an absolutely hilariously bad choreographed sequence. Not choreographed badly on part of the fight choreographers, the stunt people, just the cuts of the scene looked horrible because you're trying to buy that Bella Thorne beats these 3 girls who look like if they actually fought her one-on-one, each one of them would probably tear her apart a little more than the last. So it was horrible, and it comes down to Malin Ackerman versus Bella Thorne, and of course Malin Ackerman takes a beating the entire fucking fight, but her trainer gave her one of the last pieces of advice that Alec Baldwin gave her before the big fight: when all else fails, use your head. And as she's getting her ass beat, knocked down, all these shots and kicks and things this fight would have been over before it began if she took half of this punishment. Of course, she just basically headbutts Bella Thorne until she can't continue. I think she gets up and punches her in the face, and that's basically it. Malin Ackerman wins. Along the way, she found out that her mom started the fight club before she died, and her mom was a therapist, and every woman that went there was a patient of hers, and then they fought to get their frustrations out.
Well.
So Olivia and her crew they wanted to come in and be bad bitches and fight. They weren't, as she called them, fucking head cases or whatever it was. And Malin Ackerman's dad, along the way, he has a fucking heart attack. His gay lover, who's this short little Asian man named Chuck, who's a lawyer, ends up defending Malin Ackerman in the end of the movie when she gets arrested for the illegal fight club because the bitter redneck adversary of body positivity diverse female character Charlene calls the cops because once Charlene beat her, she had to leave the club for good. So she called the cops. Malin Ackerman takes the fall. Turns out the judge in her case was the one woman that had taken a loss at the hands of her mom. And of course, she gets off easy, gets the club back going, and has a happy ending.
Yada, yada, yada.
This movie was bad. You're trying to sell Bella Thorne as this incredibly badass fighter. Malin Ackerman is a consummate underdog in this movie until she's trained, whatever, and then she wins some fights. But still, all the fight sequences with the actresses are shite. The stunt people get all the credit in the world for this. Alec Baldwin was just Alec Baldwin, a drunk fucking idiot, babbling. The movie wasn't funny. None of the jokes landed. Kevin Nash, like I said, played Malin Ackerman's father in this, and then you find out he's gay. Which really, I mean, it wasn't, like I said, the film's not woke. It's just everything that they tried to do comedically fell flat. That's why this movie made $70,000 worldwide in 2020. And we'll take a look at the Rotten Tomatoes scores in just a minute. But, I mean, if I have to score this film on a 1 to 10, I am going to give this film a 2. It is garbage. It's horrible. I've seen most of these actors in better things, but this is not one of them. I don't recommend it to anybody except Rookie Critic, who I said, hey, watch Chick Fight during your vacation. So I'm sorry, Rookie. This movie's just freaking terrible, though. I can't even stress to you. It's not Black Christmas bad, but it's just pure shit writing. The acting was kind of just meh. Like I said, the choreography, the cut scenes took away from the fights because you're working with actresses who are not fighters, which is why I'm such a big proponent of hiring, fit, toned, athletic stunt women in the main roles and let them develop their acting chops, much the like of Gina Carano, Cynthia Rothrock, Mimi Lesios, and many before them. So that's that. Let's take a look at the Rotten Tomatoes score, though, just for fun on the way out. Here we are, Rotten Tomatoes, as you see the anguished look on Malin Ackerman's beautiful face as she gets choked out in that figure 4 head scissors. And oof, this movie got choked out by the critics and audience alike. 38% critic score, 20% audience score. Top critics, 33%, and this movie was a certified flop. Average for the audience, 2.2 out of 5. I give this a 2 out of 10. It's straight up garbage. I won't be watching it again. I literally paid $3 for it. That's the only reason I bought it. So, yeah, I reviewed it for you guys, and there it is. Let's take this thing home, shall we? There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There's my review of the movie Chick Fight. Yes, like I said, I do own it right here in my hand. You can see this. Let me do a little. It's horrible. It literally is a terrible movie, and I'll never watch it again. I'll never watch that movie again, though. Seriously, it hurt my brain, and I say this as somebody who is eagerly anticipating the start of Season 3 of Batwoman. Although I question what I'll do with my sanity after Batwoman goes away at the end of Season 3, because this is the go-home season. So, Chick Fight, 2 out of 10. I'm Temple Kuina, the place to be reviews. I've been here with all of yous. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. I'll catch you on the next one. And remember, it's always better to burn out than fade away.